and welcome to Our Planet, Our Future, New Jersey's call to action on climate. Not only are we here in Newark today, but we've had an entire week of actions convened by the Coalition Empower New Jersey and our allies, which consists of over 145 organizations all across the state who are working to stop fossil fuel projects, namely the 7 major fossil fuel projects that are proposed or moving forward in the state. We have a great lineup of speakers. We have more music on the way. I want to thank and give a huge shout out to the Ironbound Community Corporation for leading our campaign and hosting today's action to stop the PVSC power plant. Want to thank everyone. Also the Southward Environmental Alliance, who's been a key local partner and Newark organization fighting for environmental justice on these issues. And we're also here to say no New Jersey Transit power plant. And we are blessed to have some grassroots environmental justice leaders from Hudson County with us to educate and inform us about the fight for clean air and a livable future in Hudson County. Before we get to our great lineup of speakers, we're going to hear an opening prayer from Reverend Gloria. Reverend Gloria, are you here? Not here yet. Okay. We will...
Want to take a group picture first while we're waiting?
Well, we could, or we could go on to our first speaker, or Art.
I'm here.
Anthony's here. Now we can get started. So, while we're waiting for Reverend Gloria, why don't we bring up our next musician? Sorry, too many papers here. Yami Gamez Castillo is a Newark resident and artist. Yami's been with us not just at this action, but previous actions, making art, infusing our actions with beautiful art to help tell our stories and speak to our hearts about why we're in this fight together, what's at stake, and why we must move forward. So let's give a warm round of applause and greetings to Yami.
Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Again, my name is Yami. It's so awesome to be here and to see all these beautiful faces here for action to tell Governor Murphy, no more fossil fuel projects! So when I was thinking about what to perform today, I wanted to open up with centering and grounding us in gratitude and connection, because this couldn't have been possible without all of the organizers, all of the minds, all of the efforts that went into this, and all of you here today for showing up. So please give yourselves a round of applause and a woo! That's right. So to center us in some groundedness and some gratitude, I will be performing an original song that I created. A year ago, I had the privilege to be a part of the Feminist Incubator Program at Project for Empty Space, where I had a few months to really dive into any art project of my choosing, and I wanted to explore the connection of my indigenous grandmother's ancestry and their connection to the water, to nature, to our wounds, and to our ultimate healing. And I learned a little bit of our native language, Nahuatl, from El Salvador, and I infused it into a song where the main verse is, to water you with me. And I chose this verse, Altia Taha Nusan Apan, because to me, it resonated with what community work looks like and how we move through it, which is basically watering and nurturing and supporting each other, to water you with me, to show up for each other, to be there when we most need it, and to be not only in these actions, but to show up in the ways that we can at whatever capacity that looks like. So I just wanted to do that, and I hope you enjoy. And one more thing you should know. There is a goddess in the Mayan pantheon called Mama Ixchel. And she is the goddess of the river, of fertility. She is what we now know as La Mamá Guadalupe, what translates to as Yemaya, Oshun, so many goddesses across different beliefs and spirituality. And so this song is also in honor of her. Altia tahanusan apan guni altia tahanusan apan guni altia tahanusan apan guni altia tahanusan apan guni to water you with me. I will bring down the rain to water you with me. I will pray for the rain. I see the smoke. I feel the air. I feel the rage of Mother Earth. Altia tahanusan apan guni altia tahanusan apan guni Mama Ixchel baila en su río, llama a la luna a visitar. Mama Ixchel guarda su hilo para coser nuestro linaje. Mama Ixchel baila en su río, llama a la luna a visitar. Mama Ixchel guarda su hilo para coser nuestro linaje. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being here. Again, thank you to everyone that made this possible. Let's hear our next speakers. And thank you so much again.
Right. Hi, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I have the absolute pleasure of introducing Reverend Gloria Swaringa. She is a lifelong advocate of justice and peace, and also was from Newark, New Jersey as well. She's a singer in the church choir, and she also performed at the Apollo Theater in Harlem. Yes. Some background on Miss Gloria. She is the first blind student in New Jersey to complete all 12 primary school grades. And she later moved to Maryland after she obtained better opportunities as well. Afterwards, she founded the Children's Adoption Research Agency, which helps single women and men adopt children. She had to disband the agency in '97, but she was also able to help over 1,000 children find permanent homes. So that's beautiful. Yes, Reverend Gloria. Here's the mic.
Thank you and God bless you. And I appreciate the honor of participating in this very important moment. And I'm here to remind you how important you are. Every inch of progress that Newark has made has been because of you. I know the system has a way of making you think you don't count, but keep standing up, keep speaking up, and don't you dare back up because you matter. If it wasn't for you, there'd be no Jersey. If it wasn't for you, the progress that has happened so far. And I was born in City Hospital. Have you any idea how long ago that was? It's been Martland Medical Center. Now it's University Hospital. I graduated from Barringer High School. I grew up in an unheated, that's not even allowed today, so we've made some progress. I grew up, myself and my siblings, in an unheated 5-room flat. What that means, they called it a cold water flat. They didn't say unheated, but you had to bring in a coal stove, a wood burning stove. We had an oil burner in the living room, a wood burner in the kitchen, and rats in the basement. It was charming. But look how far we've come. And if you don't back up, we can keep going forward. Newark does not need any more industrial pollutants of any kind. This city belongs to you, not the fat cats. And it's up to you to say, no, we're not backing up, we're not giving up. We want you guys to shut up and clear out because this is our city. Our kids are just as entitled to clean air as your kids are. Our kids are just as entitled not to breathe smoke and pollutants as your kids are. And I'm going to tell you something. The fact that you're important to God means you ought to be important to everybody else.
All right now, come on.
The love of God is contagious, my friends, and we need to pass it on. Can I sing you a song?
Yes.
It only takes a spark to get a fire going, and soon all those around can warm up and it's glowing. That's how it is with God's love. Once you experience it, you spread His love to everyone. You want to pass it on. What a wondrous time is spring, when all the leaves are budding. The earth begins to sing, and the flowers start their blooming. That's how it is with God's love. Once you experience it, you want to sing. It's fresh like spring. You want to pass it on. How I wish for you, my friend, this happiness that I found. You can depend on Him. It matters not where you're bound. I'll shout it from the mountaintops. I want my world to know the love of God has come to me. I want to pass it on. I'll shout it from the mountaintops. I want my world to know the Lord of love has come to me. I want to pass it on. God bless you. And in closing, my word of encouragement to you is stick together, avoid violence, do what's right. Because if you do what's right, God will be on your side. You may feel like joining the ugly people, but don't. You've come this far by faith, and you can make it the rest of the way if you pull together. And when you're talking about the right to breathe, Don't let anybody tell you no. God bless you.
Let's give it up for Reverend Gloria. Thank you so much, Reverend, for those inspiring words and lovely song. And how about we go into a quick chant here? When I say climate, you say justice. Climate. Justice. Climate. Justice. Climate. Justice. Climate. Justice. When I say clean, you say air. Clean. Air. Clean. Air. Clean. Air. Clean. Air. When I say gas plants, you say stop them. Gas plants. Stop them. Gas plants. Stop them. Gas plants. Stop them. Gas plants. Stop them. When I say fossil fuels, you say in the ground. Fossil fuels. 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 In the ground. You. Good energy, y'all. So as I mentioned, this is a part of a week of actions. We're here in Newark, New Jersey, specifically fighting 2 gas-fired power plants, both proposed in environmental justice communities. Can anyone here share what an environmental justice community is?
Newark.
Newark is an environmental justice community. Why is Newark an environmental justice community? Because it's overburdened with what? Pollution, that's right. It's also... Covanta, you can see the smokestack right along the riverbank. Public enemy number 1 here in Newark and Essex County. Massive emitter of toxic poisons. But environmental justice community is not just overburdened with pollution. It is also a majority-minority population, or it is below the median income level. And so what we're talking about really is environmental racism when we talk about environmental justice. And that's exactly what both these power plants would do. They would compound environmental racism, and both are under the governor's authority. So these are not outside companies or corporations who are proposing these facilities. This is New Jersey Transit. This is Passaic Valley Sewerage Commission, agencies the governor controls and has failed to hold accountable to his clean energy and environmental justice policies. That's why we're so excited for our next speaker. She is the environmental justice organizer for the Ironbound Community Corporation. Let's give it up for Chloe Desir.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's so kind of you for saying the words. I definitely want to thank everyone for coming out today into Riverfront Park. It's a very historic place to be, and as Nancy would know, who is part of Save the Park. And I just want to say that one of the most important reasons that we're here is because we all want clean air, right? Something that we don't necessarily think of. Right? First off, when you go in, the first thing you do is breathe when you wake up. So that first breath, to think that that's something that could be compromised for you is just a whole different thought altogether. So to be considerate of coming into communities that are suffering the brunt of plane pollution, every 5 minutes we have a plane going over our heads, right? And also on top of that, the thousands of trucks that pass by from the industrialization that comes into the community as well. We've done truck counts and counted thousands of trucks within a matter of only 2 days and only a matter of 6 hours of designated times coming through the community. And these are all issues that we need to be considering, right? It's just a problem. I also want to say that this water that we're right behind has a history in itself as well. It is one of the largest Superfund sites you'll ever see. It's the Passaic River that has been dumped with dioxin, and we still have yet to have it fully cleaned up. But you know what? In the midst of that, we've been able to create spaces like the park to combat environmental injustices like this. So I thank you guys all again for coming out, and no 4th power plant into the Ironbound, right? Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much, Chloe. And thank you again, Ironbound Community Corp, for your leadership in this fight and this movement. Again, these 2 power plants, where we marched from in the Ironbound is less than a mile from the PVSC power plant site, where they want to build a frack gas power plant and further pollute the Ironbound. And then if you look, you can see the bridge in the distance there. And basically right in that general area is where they want to build the New Jersey Transit power plant. So it would not be far from here. It's less than 3 miles from here. And again, concentrating these polluting facilities in overburdened environmental justice communities. Not only that, but since these facilities were proposed, which happened under the Christie administration, nobody loved fracked gas more than Governor Christie, a lot has changed. So PSE&G, the utility that serves both New Jersey Transit and Passaic Valley Sewerage Commission, has invested over $1 billion in hardening the grid infrastructure to make these facilities more resilient to extreme weather events. So why, with all of the opposition, in the case of Passaic Valley Sewerage Commission, that's 20 state legislators, that's the mayor of Newark, the city council, the Essex County commissioners, the state legislators who represent Newark, all opposed to PVSC. Why is this agency, under the governor's authority, allowed to continue to pursue this gas plant? Just 2 weeks ago, they voted to spend another $5 million to store these gas turbines, which is completely unacceptable. New Jersey Transit, everybody's favorite punchline, for their part, it's very similar. FEMA gave them a grant after Superstorm Sandy, said make your facility more resilient. But again, PSEG has invested. Empower New Jersey, the coalition convening today's rally, commissioned a study. We hired renewable energy experts. We asked the question, can these resiliency goals be met without building a massive new gas power plant? And the answer was a resounding yes. The answer is yes, via a renewable energy hybrid microgrid that would combine solar and battery storage and a much smaller emergency use only form of backup generation to meet 100% of their resiliency goals. What does New Jersey Transit do? Well, we met with them to review the study, and the study found that not only would it be more profitable, the clean energy option, but they would avoid hundreds of millions of dollars in avoided public health and climate change costs associated with the emissions from their proposed gas plant. Well, their expert in charge of environment and sustainability didn't ask a single question about the environmental or social health benefits of the renewable energy microgrid, and spent the whole meeting trying to disprove that our solution, somehow wasn't watertight, even though, the experts at Strategy Consulting are in this field and do this for a living. So clearly we have our work cut out for us with this governor, and that's why we're convening this week of actions, and that's why we're here in Newark. And I'm really excited to announce our next speaker, who is the leader of the Newark South Ward Environmental Association. She's also the National Environmental Justice Director for Clean Water Action. Let's give it up for Kim Gaddy.
What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? Yes, power to the people. And I want to thank you all for coming up and standing up and fighting for our human right to breathe clean air, to have access to safe, affordable, quality drinking water. My name is Kim Gaddy. I am the Environmental Justice Director for New Jersey and National for Clean Water Action, as well as the founder of the South Ward Environmental Alliance. And as a fourth-generation Newarker, this is what we continue to be faced with on a daily basis. We have to fight every day just to breathe clean air. And it is only because of the color of our skin and the zip code that we live in. And it is environmental racism. Because you will not see what is happening down here in the East Ward in suburban New Jersey. You will not see this in other communities that are more affluent, or their skin doesn't have the hue that we have. And so that's why we have to continue to stand up and fight, because our health is our future. People are dying, our children, our elders, every day from asthma and premature heart attacks and cancers. It is because of the cumulative impacts of pollution that we have to deal with each and every day. Why is that? It's time to stop. We have we have families that we want to raise. We have the right to live in communities where our quality of life is respected. And we can't allow the continuation of environmental degradation and power plants, energy plants, the largest incinerator, to be right here in our backyard, and we're just supposed to sit down and shut up. No. We're fighting, and we're fighting for justice, right? And this is what we have to do each and every day. I applaud the Ironbound Community Corporation and all of its supporters. Let's give it up for ICC. We know that they have a long history of fighting. And the reality is there's no barriers in the sky. And that's why we're here today as the Southward Environmental Alliance, because we're their partner on the other side, right? When you look up, you have to have people who work with you in solidarity, who work with you to support your actions in collaboration. And that's how we always are victorious, because we don't let people stand alone in this fight. We come together. And it is only with that state of mind that we will continue to push back and be victorious. We elect Governor Murphy. We elect our mayor. We elect the East Ward councilman. We elect the South Ward councilman. We elect the at-large councilmen, the senators, the assembly members. They hold that seat in trust because we elect them. And when they don't do what's right, vote them out. Vote them out. Let's build up our future leaders like Chloe, JV, Kristen, right? Let's train up our leaders, put them in office, because we know where they stand on our environment. We know where they stand in terms of valuing the life of everybody. And I'm going to close with, as the Reverend said, and thank you, Reverend Gloria, my daughter has a shirt, and it says, "My life matters." We deserve to breathe clean air. Power to the people! Power to the people! And I just want to say this, because I have to do this, and then I got to run. There's a meeting tonight at Central High School, and it's regarding zoning. This is a fight for our life, Newark. They want to allow developers to come into our communities and build second houses behind their house, right? They want to take one-family neighborhoods and allow bars and all kinds of derelict activities to come into our communities, and they think we're not going to stand up. So the last meeting is tonight at Central High School at 6 o'clock, but we also can submit comments until June 16th. But more importantly, call your council member, call the mayor. Let them know that this zoning is not for Newarkers. This zoning will destroy the very fabric of our communities. So I have some flyers, and I won't be here because I got to run to that meeting. But thank you.
Let's give it up for Kim. And our next speaker is coming here from Hudson County. Speaking of the next generation of leaders, Steph Martinez is a leader with North Bergen Earth Talks. She is a leader in the fight to stop the New Jersey Transit Power Plant. Steph is from Hudson County. She is a youth organizer, and she's also running for office. I don't know where she's finding all this time, but let's give it up for Steph.
Hello, everyone. So when I say our planet, you say our future. Our planet, our future. So my name is Stephanie Martinez. I go by Steph. I'm a Green Team leader from NB Earth Talks and another co-founder Sussy came along also from all the way Hudson County, North Bergen. And I'd like to really appreciate every single one of you for coming out. It really means a lot because we're out here fighting for not only clean air, clean water, we're fighting for humanity. We're fighting to survive. And we were here probably on the news. Oh, there's flooding out by California or whatever other states. That's not our problem. No, climate change is here, and it's here for a long time if we don't get our act right. Yeah. And when I mean our act right, I mean this dude right here. This is what our supposed leader. This is what our supposed leader is. What it is. So sorry. Our supposed leader is proposing 7 gas-fired power plants that are polluting our air, and we need to stop that. It's tiring to hear time and time again people saying, I didn't know about this plan. Why are they still polluting our air? It's tiring when I hear people having to share their experiences or an experience from a loved one, an experience from their struggles, and knowing that they have adverse health effects such as cancer or even respiratory illnesses and asthma. Governor Murphy, listen up. You need to take your environmental justice and clean energy commitments seriously. Walk your talk on climate. No fossil fuel projects. But you need to put community need over corporate greed. Stop the build-out of dirty energy projects like the PVSC's and NJ Transit's proposal for new gas power plants. Stop the NJ Turnpike expansion. It is a trap that will bring harm to our already overburdened communities. Demonstrate your leadership on behalf of our communities because you get the vote from us. You get that paycheck from us, so act like it. And renewable is doable. When I say our health, you say our future. Our health, our future. There are numerous studies demonstrating renewable energy is much cleaner, greener, and sustainable, much more safer and more affordable. Affordable. This is their language. Money. It is affordable to building a massive new gas power plant in EJ communities that are already overburdened with pollution. There are studies. I am a North Bergen resident where I asked my local township, what are you doing to prevent climate catastrophe? And I was not satisfied with their answers. So I took it upon myself to say, you know what? I'm going to run. Why not? They don't have that leadership. They're not showing their leadership. And no matter where they put this power plant, pollution has no barriers. And Governor Murphy, we all breathe the same dirty, toxic air, just like you. Outside of community organizing, I studied biology at St. Peter's University, and now I have the opportunity to work at NJIT as a research technician. And I studied endocrine disrupting chemicals, and like in the name, chemicals that disrupt our endocrine system. Endocrine system, all of our hormones that manage all of our immunity and our moods and stuff. So when we think about these chemicals, even when we see it with our own eyes going into our lungs, it is affecting our children. It is affecting our infants. It is affecting our future. And we need to think about them. We need to think about the kids now. We need to think about us now. So thank you so much, everyone, for coming out. It really means a lot. And we need to keep fighting the fight.
Let's give it up for Steph. We've got one more speaker before our next musical interlude. And this man probably needs no introduction in the city of Newark. He's the founder of the Newark Water Coalition. before or maybe during the early days of the Newark Water Coalition, we linked up to organize against the New Jersey Transit Plant. And Anthony was one of the lead organizers, along with Sam, of the very first public action against that transit gas plant. And here we are again, back at good trouble. Let's give it up for Anthony.
How y'all doing today? That's too lukewarm. How y'all doing today? Come on, I want to hear y'all. How y'all doing today? All right. Are we going to hold Governor Murphy accountable? Are we going to hold him accountable? No, y'all got to be louder than that. Are we going to hold Governor Murphy accountable? Thank you for having me here. I'm the co-founder and executive director of the Newark Water Coalition. I often talk about how all environmental struggles are interconnected. I cannot talk just about the water issue without talking about gentrification. I cannot just talk about the water issue without talking about policing. I cannot talk about the water issue without talking about mental health. All of these struggles are interconnected. And if you can see the folks that are here are gathered here together, this coalition, in how it's intergenerational, it's multi-ethnic. People power is what's going to solve this climate, or what's going to get us climate justice. Do you understand that? It's going to take all of us fighting to make sure that we are holding the right people accountable. We don't have the time to wait anymore. These issues keep reoccurring, and things are happening worse, and problems are progressing and progressing and progressing. We have to stick together. All these issues, even if they're hyper-local, understand that they have a global impact. Understand, just like Steph said, there are no barriers to these environmental struggles. There are no borders to these environmental struggles. If we want justice here in Newark, we're going to have to fight for it. Are you ready to fight for it? Yes. Are you ready to fight for it? Yes. It sounds like you are lukewarm ready to fight for it. You got to understand, this is a fight. You see older folks here, they understand there's longevity to the movement. That it's not just about today, but it's about tomorrow. But we need to mobilize people, not just in our communities, but our friends, our families. Everybody needs to get involved in this. You often hear there's no planet B, right? What are we going to do when the sea level rises? What are we going to do when we can't grow our own food? What are we going to do when we can't breathe? What are we waiting for? What is your line in the sand? When are you going to say enough is enough? Enough is enough. Is it today? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. Because you also know Governor Murphy wants to be President Murphy. So if you don't stop Governor Murphy on these fossil fuel extractions, how are you going to stop President Murphy? We have to hold these elected officials accountable. We have to have young people running for office. We have to have environmental justice leaders that look all shades and colors, all ages, all backgrounds. We are one people. That is what we are fighting for. We are not fighting for the planet. We are fighting for humanity. And once you understand that, once you feel that, once you know that in your soul, then you're like, no, I'm not going to tolerate this. I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to keep advocating. I know you're tired. I'm tired. We're all tired. But we have no choice here. It is today that we need justice. Not tomorrow, not for the future, but today. Climate change is here. It is here. We feel it. We sense it. We know it. So please continue to fight. Please to continue to have high energy. There needs to be more joy in this movement. You cannot be sad and tired and depressed in this fight. You have to have joy. You have to have music. You have to have art. We need all of this. So I want to say I love you. I don't know you. I don't know what backgrounds y'all come from. But understand, as an organizer, I would be nothing without the people. And it's not just the people of Newark, it's not just the people of New Jersey, but the people of this planet. We are in this fight together, so thank you.
Let's give it up for Anthony. And as Anthony reminds us, music is an essential part of a joyful movement, a movement that sings together, stays together. So let's bring back up the Solidarity Singers for a couple more songs before we wrap up with our final speaker and one more song from a different artist.
What do we want? Clean air. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Clean air. When do we want it? Now.
We are the spreaders of joy for this movement. And one of the ways you are joyful is if you sing with us. Now we're going to do a premiere of a song. It's the version of Blowing in the Wind. And it has, our chorus is, the answer, my friends, blowing in the wind. The answer is beaming from the sun. But we're especially honored to introduce this song here because Nancy Zach, who's been a campaigner with ICC for what? How many years, Nancy? 45 years she's been in this fight. Well, she's the lead composer of these lyrics. So please sing the chorus with us. Is everybody with me? You all got to be looking this way or else you'll never get started. What? You want me to move out? Okay. Here we go. How many times must we fight the same fight before Newark's hair can be clean? How many times do we have to march till unbound problems are seen? What will it take before they remove the dioxins and all the benzene? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is beaming from the sun. How many power plants can they find in one town? Let's try that again. Let's start that. How many power plants can they sign in one town? 20 boys in every woman and man. How much heat can our planet bear? For no one can live on the land. What will it take for everyone to see? We are stepping deeper in quicksand. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is beaming from the sun. How many times can we all look up and not see some energy supply? How much wind must it take till we know there's clean energy far and wide? When will all the people unite to push fossil fuels aside? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is beaming from the sun. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is beaming from the sun. Okay, Nancy Zach, in her corner. Good. All right. We're going to sing the greatest hit of the Empower New Jersey movement. Written by Paula Rogovan. right next to Nancy. Rogovin, I'm sorry. Said it too quick. This is to the tune of Gonna Roll the Movement On or Gonna Roll the Union On. It's called We Say No. And that's your part. We'll sing We Say No and you shout out We Say No. We say no. We say no. Fossil fuels have got to go. Right, we could all sing that thing about fossil fuels. We say no. We say no. We say no. We say no. Fossil fuels have got to go. I'm not sure we do it in that key, but you'll get it. Okay, here we go. We say no, we say no, we say no, we say no. Fossil fuels have got to go. Got to go. We say no, we say no, we say no, we say no. Fossil fuels have got to go. Stop using fossil fuels, 'cause they're not good for us. They're not good for us. They're not good for us. Stop using fossil fuels, 'cause they're not good for us. Fossil fuels have got to go. Here it comes. We say no. We say no. We say no. We say no. Fossil fuels have got to go. We say no. We say no. We say no. We say no. Fossil fuels have got to go. If PBSC won't stop it, we'll make a great big fuss. We'll make a great big fuss. We'll make a great big fuss. PBSC won't stop it. We'll make a great big fuss. Fossil fuels have got to go. Shout it out now. We say no. We say no. We say no. We say no. Fossil fuels have got to go. We say no. We say no. We say no. We say no. Fossil fuels have got to go. If Governor Murphy doesn't stop it, we'll make a great big fuss. We'll make a great big fuss. We'll make a great big fuss. If Governor Murphy doesn't stop it, we'll make a great big fuss. Fossil fuels have got to go. We say no. We say no. We say no. We say no. Fossil fuels have got to go. We say no. We say no. We say no. We say no. Fossil fuels have got to go. If the EP won't stop it, we'll make a bigger fuss. We'll make a bigger fuss. We'll make a bigger fuss. If the EP won't stop it, we'll make a bigger fuss. Fossil fuels have got to go. We say no. We say no. We say no. We say no. Fossil fuels have got to go. We say no. We say no. We say no. We say no. Fossil fuels have got to go. Stop using fossil fuels, 'cause they're not good for us. They're not good for us. They're not good for us. Stop using fossil fuels, 'cause they're not good for us. Fossil fuels have got to go. We say no. We say no. We say no. We say no. Fossil fuels have got to go. We say no. We say no. We say no. We say no. Fossil fuels have got to go. One more time. We say no. We say no. We say no. We say no. Fossil fuels have got to go. We say no. We say no. We say no. We say no.
Thank you, Solidarity Singers. We've got one more speaker and one more song. Our final speaker, definitely not least, is a Newark resident, chair of the Newark Environmental Commission, longtime environmental justice, climate justice organizer in the city of Newark and throughout the state. She's been with us since day one in the fight to stop the PVSC power plant. Let's give it up for Winnie Hines.
I feel as if we should stop here after these wonderful singers, you know? I feel as if I'm a letdown. Okay. You say no! You don't want to hear me sing. Okay. So, good afternoon all, and thank you so much for being here. We need the support. My name is Winifred Victor Hines, and I am a member of the Newark Environmental Commission, and then also Executive Director of the Weequahic Park Association. So we have been in this fight for a long time. The Weequahic Park Association, we've been around for 30 years. And we're still fighting, right? Almost as long as Nancy Zach has been in the fight, right? So today, June 5th, would have been my mother's 80th birthday. But unfortunately, she died of cancer. And even though she smoked cigarettes and she had quit a long time ago, later on she developed cancer. And so I don't know if anyone here remembers, I mean, it was even before my time. There was a time when doctors, right, pushed cigarette smoking, and actors dressed as doctors said that it was good for you, right? And if you developed a cough, they said, okay, well, switch to menthol cigarettes and they'll soothe your throat, okay? So that's what they do. They keep feeding us these lies. And history has a tendency to repeat itself. So here we are again with the waste incinerators, PVSC gas fracking power plant, all these other polluting facilities, health, nutrition, lack of supermarkets, food deserts, water, etc., etc., etc. There are like 4,000 trucks that go by Freeling House. I live in the South Ward. And the last count, I think it was over 4,000 trucks emitting pollutants down Frelinghausen Avenue. And then you have the airport, you have the ports, all these other things. And so we owe it to our children, and we owe it to our grandchildren, great-grandchildren, to fight. And even though Governor Murphy, he knows this, all right, because he's been told how many times? So many times. Even the Newark City Council, they passed a resolution against this gas fracking plant. The Essex County Board of Commissioners also passed a resolution against it. Yay. Mayor Baraka and other representatives sent a letter against it. 130 health professionals also sent letters. So he knows this. So he's slowly letting them poison us, okay? And I say this is like a slow genocide because the science is there. We know about this. It's not as if we've just starting to find out about all of this. He knows it, but yet he keeps siding with the polluting fossil fuel industries. And I don't know why. I mean, maybe he thinks he can escape on his yacht and go to Italy, and sip white Zinfandel or whatever it is that he drinks while we stay here, but we're not sitting for it, right? We're standing up, and we are going to fight this. Yes. Okay? And Governor Murphy, it's a dereliction of duty because there is an environmental justice law, okay? So it's in the books. So if you're not acting on it, it's dereliction of duty. You're not doing your job. Okay? So this is absolutely insidious. and we have to stand up and we have to continue the fight and we have to say no more. So Governor Murphy, hear our roar, no more, enough is enough. Thank you.
Let's give it up for Winnie. You know, at the beginning of the fight, it's like building a snowball. It's like, or maybe that's a bad metaphor, but it's the hardest, right? And we didn't have any political support, but Winnie spearheaded getting the Environmental Commission to pass a resolution, and we moved up and got to the City Council and the Mayor and up to the Essex County Commissioners. So it's really the small acts that everyone does on a daily basis that really add up to the political power that we need to win. And, you know, I'm reading a book called Hope in the Dark by Rebecca Solnit, and she talks about, you know, when you're rowing in a rowboat, you actually row backwards to move forwards. And she uses that metaphor to talk about the critical importance of remembering our history, remembering the victories that we have, and the power that we built to secure those victories. So I just wanted to name a few of the victories that we've had just in recent time against the fossil fuel industry right here in New Jersey, because our power, recognizing our power, is essential to closing out and winning these fights, stopping this PVSC power plant, stopping the New Jersey Transit power plant, all 7 of the fossil fuel projects. We were in Woodbridge on Saturday, we were in Jersey City on Sunday against the Turnpike expansion, Woodbridge against the gas plant proposed there, and we were down in Gloucester City last Wednesday with, you know, community members coming out to all of these actions. And so, but looking, you know, I'm rowing now and looking backwards, and in 2015 we stopped 2 massive oil pipelines that were proposed from the New Jersey Highlands all the way down into Linden to the Bayway Refinery. That was us. In 2018, we stopped the Meadowlands Power Plant proposed in North Bergen. That was us. In 2019, we stopped the Northeast Supply Enhancement Pipeline, also known as NESE, or the Raritan Bay Pipeline. That was all of us. And, you know, it's been named, but we have passed countless municipal resolutions. You know, over 100 collective government bodies have weighed in against one of the 7 fossil fuel projects. We've gotten dozens of legislators to sign on in support, thousands of petitions, marches, rallies. We've broken the internet a couple times with press coverage, and mark my words, we are going to win this fight. The elected officials, they want us to think that we're powerless. They're going to try and wait us out, wait till we lose steam. Are we going to lose steam in these fights? Heck no. So right after our final song, we are going to have a group picture, because that's one of the ways we tell our stories, is to share those photos on social media. And real quick before our final song, I did just want to say who if folks want to stay engaged in these fights, the fight against PVSC and the fight against the Newark power plant, take out your phone and send a text message to the number 23321. That's 23321. And in the body of the text, write the words Newark. And that will add you to our rapid response network. So as there are critical public hearings, decision points, future events, rallies, lobbying opportunities, direct action opportunities, you will be in the know. So text the word Newark to the number 23321. The other and final housekeeping item is that the final event in our Empower New Jersey Week of Actions is this Wednesday night, June 7th at 7 p.m. It's a virtual forum on the latest ruse that the fossil fuel industry is trying to pull over our heads in New Jersey. It is false solutions like hydrogen, like renewable natural gas, like carbon capture. All of these things are really just schemes, greenwashing schemes by industry to prop up fossil fuels. But we need to educate ourselves so that we know the facts, so that when we lobby our legislators, when we ask our towns to oppose these things, and when we educate and organize our communities around these things, that we're the experts and we know why these false solutions are actually just schemes to perpetuate fossil fuels and other dirty energy. So with that being said, I've spoken more than enough. I'm going to bring back up the wonderful Yami to close us out in song before we take our final picture. Perfect. Yami's going to set up. Oh, and Dave has flyers for the forum, right? Because you don't know what Zoom link it's going to be on. There's so many Zoom links. So grab a pink flyer from Dave from Clean Water Action, also on the Empower Steering Committee. And while Yami's setting up, there is just a moment to appreciate the beautiful park that we're in.
That's something different. That's something different.
In the room.
Hello, everyone. Can we hear that?
Yes.
I'm so grateful for my mic stand right here. Thank you so much. I just want to say thank you. He is the best. Just like the sea, I don't know where to go. Through dark and shadow I grow. I'm reaching light through the struggle. 'Cause just like the seed into rain, I unravel myself in slow motion. Just like the seed. We're gonna start that over one more time. So sorry. I wonder if there's a way. Because I want to. Thank you for your patience. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. I'm trying to find a way. Yeah, right? Maybe we could prop it. Okay. Yeah, and then I could just project. Maybe not that one. Maybe not that one. Maybe. Can you hear me if I just project a little? Just like the sea, I have nowhere to go. Dark shadow I fall. I'm reaching my struggle. Just like the sea, I'm chasing wild. suck at it. But this way we can learn it together. Woo! Okay. So it goes. We want to breathe clean air. We want to live long lives.
We want to breathe clean air. We want to live long lives.
See our rivers flourish again. See our communities thrive.
See our rivers flourish again. See our communities thrive.
Our bodies aren't dumping grounds, neither is our land.
Our bodies aren't dumping grounds, and neither is our land.
We are not tokens. The people have spoken. Protect our water and air.
We are not tokens. The people have spoken. Protect our water and air.
Alrighty, let's try it. It's a long one. It's a long one. Same chords. We want to breathe clean air. We want to live long lives. Right? Okay. We want to breathe clean air. We want to live long lives. See our rivers flourish again. See our communities thrive. We want to breathe clean air. We want to live long lives. See our rivers flourish again. See our bodies aren't dumping ground, neither is our land. We are not tokens, the people have spoken. Protect our water and air. We are not tokens, the people have spoken. Protect our water and air. Please give it up for all the organizers today. ICC, everyone that came together, FWW.
Give it up to yourselves for coming out here.
Let's give it up one more time for Yami. All right, so the final movement is the picture. Maybe we should take it with the river in the background. Okay. Can we maybe do like